These habits are stopping us from being the greater versions of ourselves. They are literally ruining us and bringing us down not to attain our fullest potential. I know we all yell that 2024 is going to be our best year yet, but at the same time, I also feel like we don't need to water down our growth just to a particular year. But for the sake of the new year, by the way, Happy New Year, guys, I'm going to be listing down 5 habits that I feel we can nurture, practice, and master to be able to reach our fullest potential. Disclaimer, this video is not coming from a place of perfection or from a place of, oh, I know it all. These are things that I list down from myself and for anybody that aspires growth and self-development that I feel that we can all practice and we can all reach to level up our lives this new year. So let's get straight into the video. Number 1, being intentional with your time. I know we all cry all day about not having enough time, being busy with work, being swollen with responsibilities, and I get that. That is totally relatable for all of us. But at the same time, I feel like this coming year, one thing we need to be selfish with is our time. So we have the time to press our phones, we have the time to watch movies, we have the time to talk to our partners, we have the time to do things that are regarded as important to us. But why is it that when it reaches for the things for our personal development and for our growth, we tend to make excuses like reading books or watching messages? I'm going to water it down to myself. For myself, I work in a corporate space. I'm a 9 to 5, or in this case, an 8 to 5. So 10 hours of my time is already being controlled from when I come to work to when I leave, which is 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So if I'm not really intentional about these 10 hours and what I do with it, I'm going to be really miserable and keep complaining. If I'm going to be honest, if I'm going to keep it on a real now, let's keep it on a real now. From 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., right? There are some times in between that I'm not so busy. I'm not as occupied. I won't say, but I'm not as occupied as I was from the beginning. But at the same time, when it reaches for those little times, those little breaks that I have in between and I'm a little bit free, what do I do with it? What can you do with it if you're a native as well? You can maybe read an ebook, listen to messages, or literally plan out things that you want to do maybe for your next day, for the weekend. What about after work hours? After work, after bathing, after resting a bit, after eating, what do you do? And utilize that time. I know I was stressed from the whole day. I'm talking about 9 to 5 now. I know I was stressed from the whole day of work and how, debilitating it was staying all day in the office or stepping out, depending on your nature of work. But after work hours, what do? We can utilize the small time we have. We have to be more intentional about the time and be selfish with that time. As a student as well, we have lectures from beginning of day to maybe like 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. Maybe you can rest from 3 p.m. to, let's say, 4 p.m. From that 4 p.m. to now midnight, what do? We can be more intentional with our time, so we can level up. We can be the best version of ourselves. Because when they say time is money, girl, boy, they ain't playing. Time is literally money. That is why everybody's looking for ways to not be physically present and still be able to make money, because time is literally money. So let's be more and more intentional with our time. Number 2, self-care. I can literally cry and shed tears talking about this, because the way I see people not prioritizing caring about themselves, I know we can get really swelled up with the responsibility of life and bills and families. But this coming year, we need to prioritize our self-care. Looking good makes you feel good. I don't care what anyone says. Looking good equates feeling good. When you look good, you feel good. Even if it's just the basics as deodorant, getting your hair done. It doesn't have to be the most expensive hair. Just making it neat, making yourself look presentable. Because when you walk into rooms, you don't want to have that energy and that feeling that people are repulsing against you because you don't look good, let alone not smelling good. Right? It's just a major turn off, and you don't know what opportunities lies in the room that you walk in or in a gathering that you find yourself in. So I cannot prioritize this enough or emphasize this enough. Looking good, prioritizing your health, prioritizing your body, prioritizing your self-care as a whole, getting good perfumes. It might not be the most expensive. I know with this era that we're facing now, things are really expensive, but you can get the basics. You don't have to get the most expensive, just the most affordable things that will make you feel comfortable in your own skin. Making your hair look so presentable. How much is attachments? 3-5. You bought attachments. Hello, it's all about importance. The small cash you get, you can just lay down this particular money aside and say, let me use this to just make my hair, get a good haircut, get deodorant, because deodorant is a necessity. It's not something you say, okay, I'm going to replace and not buy deodorant. It's a necessity. So these are things that you put at your forefront. So like I said, it's all about intentionality and prioritization. If this thing will benefit you in your own self. So it's something you have to look towards. I know there are a lot of things that are distracting us from getting things done, but it's all about prioritization. When you get it out the way first, and then you can face the other things. So self-care is something that we really need to look into, to be comfortable in ourselves, and also to be comfortable for people to be around. To be comfortable, I'm going to say that again, to be comfortable in ourselves and to be comfortable to be around. There are two different things. Both are important. Okay, so self-care is really something that we need to really put and take charge of our self-care in 2025. Okay. Number 3, the power of journaling and listing out your goals. With the business of life, we tend to forget those things that you must have said, oh, this is what I want to do at this time to this time. I know we're all guilty of it. I'm guilty of it as well. Where you know that something has been placed in your mind, in your spirit to execute, but you just forgot. You just forgot, right? It just literally just skips your mind. Probably you wanted to take a course. Probably you wanted to start a business. Probably you wanted to write a book or something, anything at all that you really felt the nudge in your spirit that you wanted to do maybe 2 years ago or a year back, but you just outrightly just forgot. Because life, there's a lot of things calling for our attention. There's social media, there's family, there's relationships, there's work. There are a lot of things that are calling for your attention. So that's why I feel the power of journaling comes in. When you will write down and list down these visions, these things that you feel like you want to do in the coming years. It might not even be this coming year 2025 that you may do it, but just that importance of writing it down, placing it down in documentation form that you can easily just go back to and remind yourself that this is something I want to do. I've not forgotten it, but it's something I want to do. I feel that was a much better choice than just outrightly forgetting and just doing it from the blues. So journaling, writing out your visions is really important, and it's something that we need to really take into consideration this 2025. Number 4, I'm going to talk about guarding your emotions. See, 2025 is going to be a year free of distractions. Things that does not serve us, we need to cut it off. We need to protect what goes into our heart. We need to guard our emotions. Ladies, I'm not going to talk about ladies, men, women, whatever gender, nobody is inferior to emotions. It could be pride, it could be ego, it could be selfishness, it could be sadness, it could be overexcitement, it could be depression, it could be all those things. And these things can waste our time. These things cannot serve us. These things can hinder us from reaching our goals. It can pause our time. Like we mentioned earlier, time is money. So once you're wasting that time, you're dashing out money. Your money is good, your money is flying. It just they fly, they go like that. Do you understand? So 2025, I feel like one thing that we need to nurture and master is our emotions. That we should not let people get to us. We should not allow things get to us, because if we want to start listing out things that can piss us off, there are plenty. Whether it's at work, whether it's at home, whether it's at school, whether it's with your partner, many things can vex us in this life. Because everybody has their own different way of doing it, and everybody has a way of thinking. So once you get pissed off that somebody's not doing things the way you want to do it, you're affecting your own health, you're affecting your own mental, the time that you can be using to prioritize things and things that can change your life, change your family's life. You are thinking about how this person is vexing, this person is hurting you. Mind you, me myself, I'm also guilty of it. You know, that emotional instability where you allow things really gets to you. So I'm saying it from a case of experience where I've allowed my emotions get the best of me, and I'm sure a number of people that have not mastered us have been guilty of that. So 2025, what I feel that we really need to master, I don't know whether I could have put this as number one to be the ultimate, is mastering our emotions. Not letting our emotions get the best of us, not letting things get to us, and protecting our time, protecting our hearts, because like we said, time is money. Thank you. You guys are following. You guys are following. So yeah, guarding your emotions, number 4. Number 5, and lastly for today, of habits that we're going to nurture 2025, is practicing gratitude. We need to stop being so hard on ourselves. We are literally trying our best. Like, we're literally pushing hard, working hard every day, writing out strategies, different business strategies, reading, working our ass off every single day just for the hope of a better life. We need to celebrate those small wins. That small thing that you achieved, even if it's that you reach your saving plan, or you saved up money to get a new phone. Those small achievements, they might not be so big. It might not be breaking world records. But at least you did something. You pushed for something. We need to practice more gratitude in this generation. Gen Z is our generation. We need to practice more gratitude. We need to be more grateful for the little things that surround us, for the gift of life, for the gift of family, the gift of a good partner, a good marriage, a good relationship. The fact that we even have money to even eat, the fact that we even have life to even hustle and work hard, that working hard, the fact that we can even raise our hands up to write out those goals, that we can even see money to buy books to write out those goals, those are things to be grateful for. You even have life, the fact that you even have breath, the fact that your mind is even at work to actually write down that business plan that you want to execute 2025. You should be grateful for it. You should be thankful for it. Not everyone has that privilege. And mind you, we're not going to be looking at people disadvantaged just for the hope to just better ourselves. But the point is, we need to be grateful. As a person, gratitude is something that we have to be intentional in practicing, because we can tend to forget those good things, those things that you must achieve. You can just achieve it and you're like, on to the next one. You're always setting your standards your standards are increasing every day, that you don't even get the chance to even appreciate the one that God has done for you. Again, I'm guilty of this as well. And I feel like people can be guilty of this as well. Probably not. But at the end of the day, the point is gratitude. Gratitude is something that we need to nurture. Something that we need to practice every single day. The fact that we can even see life, to wake up and work hard every day. We need to be grateful for that. We need to be grateful for families. We need to be grateful for a good partner. Grateful for a good marriage. Grateful that our parents are still alive. That we can see our siblings, we can even have phones, we can even have money to buy airtime to call people. So we need to be grateful for all these little things, no matter how little. Just find something to be grateful for. It's good for your mental. It makes you think straight, makes you think accordingly, so you can move on to the next one. So you can work accordingly. When you're grateful for that little one that you were able to nurture first. So gratitude ultimately is something that we need to really, really prioritize this coming year. And I pray for everyone. I hope that everyone achieve everything that they want to achieve this coming year, 2025. 2025 is going to be a good year for all of us. we're going to look back to our plans and we're going to be like, wow, we're proud of us. We actually did that. No matter how, we're going to start a YouTube channel with all the background noise. We're going to start it, you know, with even no iPhone 15 Pro Max. We're going to start it. You know, we're going to do things that we'll be grateful for and we'll be proud of for ourselves. So yeah, thank you so much for watching my video. So like this video if you found this helpful. Comment. You can comment your plans that you have. Wink wink. Subscribe if you found, because I'm going to be trying my best to be posting more videos this 2025. In Jesus' name, amen. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.